The hidden reason a younger heart loves you so deeply. Take a breath before you listen, because this is not just something to hear, it is something to feel. A younger person did not walk into your life by mistake. They did not stay because of luck, timing, or some random spark that faded overnight. They were pulled toward you for a reason, and once you see it, the whole connection starts to make sense. What looks surprising on the outside often makes perfect sense in the heart. Age may be the first thing people notice, but it is never the whole story. A phone number does not reveal tenderness. A birth year does not reveal loyalty. And a few extra years on the calendar do not tell the truth about a person's soul. Some connections are built in a way that only the heart can understand. First, age is not what they fell for. They did not look at you and fall in love with a number. They felt something in your presence that was steady, calm, and rare. Maybe it was the way you listened without interrupting. Maybe it was the way your face softened when they were nervous. Maybe it was the peace they felt sitting beside you in a quiet room while the world outside kept rushing. You were never just older to them. You were safe. You were real. And in a world full of half-hearted attention that stood out immediately. Second, you gave them the kind of love they had been waiting for. A younger person can spend years around people who talk a lot but give little. People who send mixed signals. People who know how to flirt but not how to care. Then, one day, they meet someone like you. Someone who does not need a performance, does not need chasing, does not need games. You showed them what kindness feels like when it is not dressed up for show. You showed them patience when they made mistakes. You showed them loyalty in the small things, like remembering what mattered to them, checking in after a long day, or noticing when their voice sounded off in a text. That kind of love teaches more than words ever could. Third, they see the parts of you other people missed. Many people only notice what is easy to see, the age difference, the tired eyes, the quiet moments, the little scars life leaves behind. But this younger soul sees deeper than that. They see the strength it took to keep going after disappointment. They see the softness you still carry, even after life tried to harden you. They see the way you can smile for everyone else while carrying your own private weight in silence. A lot of people look at someone and make assumptions. A younger person who truly cares looks past the surface. They notice the heart behind the face, the story behind the expression, the person behind the pain. That is why they connect so fast. Fourth, your presence helps heal something in them. Maybe they came into your life carrying old disappointment. Maybe they had been ignored, let down, or made to feel like they had to earn basic affection. Then you came along and made love feel simple again. Not easy, simple. Simple like a real conversation that does not need a screen full of emojis to feel honest. Simple like sitting in a car after dinner and talking until midnight. Simple like being able to say, "I had a rough day," and hearing, "Tell me everything." Sometimes healing does not arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it arrives as a calm voice, a thoughtful message, or the feeling that someone finally sees you without asking you to shrink. Fifth, their soul may be older than their age. Not every younger person is childish. Not every older person is wise. Some people are born with a depth that does not match their birthday. They think deeply. They love carefully. They notice what is unsaid. They feel the room before anyone speaks. That is why this connection can feel so strange in the best way. It is like two lives recognizing each other across time. Like something inside them says, "I know you," before the mind has even caught up. And when that happens, age stops being the main thing. The connection becomes the main thing. Sixth, your depth does not scare them. It comforts them. A lot of people say they want honesty until honesty actually shows up. They say they want real love until real love asks for presence, effort, and emotional maturity. Then they get uncomfortable and disappear. But this younger person does not run from your depth. They breathe easier in it. Your honesty feels grounding. Your consistency feels soothing. Your maturity gives them something solid to lean on when their own world feels noisy. Whether it is a man or a woman, a person who values peace will always be drawn to the one who brings less chaos and more truth. You do not have to be loud to be felt. Sometimes your calm says more than 1,000 sweet words ever could. Seventh, you steady them, and they bring light back into you. This is not a one-way gift. You may have given them wisdom, patience, and emotional shelter, but they gave you something too. They reminded you what excitement feels like. They brought back a little spark you thought life had worn down. A new message from them could brighten an otherwise ordinary afternoon. A simple joke could pull a smile out of you when the day had already gone quiet. Maybe you had forgotten how it feels to wait for a text and actually hope it is from someone special. Maybe they reminded you that your heart is still alive, still responsive, still capable of warmth. That exchange matters. It is not about one person saving the other. It is about two people bringing different kinds of light into the same room. Eighth, they love the way you love. You do not love like everyone else. You do not just chase chemistry. You care about the way a person feels after the conversation ends. You notice tone. You notice effort. You notice when someone is pulling away before they ever say it out loud. That kind of love is rare. It feels different when somebody remembers the little things, listens all the way through, and makes room for your bad days without making you feel difficult. A younger person can feel that difference instantly. They can tell when they are being admired versus truly valued. And when they find the kind of care that is steady instead of shallow, they hold on tighter. Ninth, this meeting may be part of a bigger pattern. Some people enter our lives to stay forever. Some arrive to wake us up. Some come to break a habit we did not know we had. Some show us the kind of love we had stopped expecting. Age difference, timing, distance, past pain, none of those things cancel out a real connection when the meeting itself is meant to happen. You may have crossed paths at the exact moment both of you were ready for something honest. Maybe not perfect, but honest. Maybe they needed your peace. Maybe you needed their light. Maybe both of you needed proof that love can still feel fresh without feeling fake. That is how destiny works sometimes, quietly, unexpectedly, without asking for permission. 10th, the heart never checks the calendar first. People love to make love sound like a math problem. They count years, they compare labels, they try to explain away what they cannot understand. But real connection does not start with a calculator. It starts with recognition. The soul notices before the mind can argue. The body relaxes before the rules get involved. The heart says, "This feels right," long before anyone can explain why. That is why this love keeps coming back to the same place. Not because the number matters, but because the feeling does. They did not choose you for your age. They chose you because being with you feels different, cleaner, safer, deeper, more alive. And maybe that is the real answer. Not every love story follows the script people expect. Some are quiet, some are unusual, some make other people talk. But the ones that matter are the ones that make two hearts feel seen. So if a younger person has loved you with a sincerity that caught you off guard, do not rush to dismiss it. Do not reduce it to a phase just because it does not fit a neat little box. Look at what it actually feels like. Look at how they show up. Look at the peace, the honesty, the care. Because sometimes the person who appears unexpected is the one who understands you best. Sometimes the love that looks unusual from the outside is the one that reaches the deepest place inside you. And sometimes the heart knows before the world does. If this spoke to something in you, leave a comment and tell your story. Did a younger person make you feel seen again? Did someone unexpected remind you that your heart still has room for love? Because the right love does not arrive to impress people. It arrives to change you.